And in democracies, everybody should want more information, not less. And you shouldn't be afraid to hear an argument being made. That's not a threat. That should enhance the debate. Particularly because my understanding of it is that some of the folks on the other side have been ascribing to the United States certain actions we'll take if the UK does leave the EU. So they say, for example, that, well, we'll just cut our own trade deals with the United States. So they're voicing an opinion about what the United States is going to do. I figured you might want to hear from the President of the United States what I think the United States is going to do. And on that matter, for example, I think it's fair to say that maybe some point down the line there might be a UK-US trade agreement, but it's not going to happen anytime soon because our focus is in negotiating with a big bloc, the European Union, to get a trade agreement done. And UK is going to be in the back of the queue. Not because we don't have a special relationship, but because given the heavy lift on any trade agreement, us having access to a big market with a lot of countries, rather than trying to do piecemeal trade agreements, is hugely inefficient. If right now I've got access to a massive market where I sell 44% of my exports, and now I'm thinking about leaving the organization that gives me access to that market and that is responsible for millions of jobs in my country and responsible for an enormous amount of commerce and upon which a lot of businesses depend, that's not something I'd probably do.
President Obama personally campaigned for Britain to stay in the EU, a move that angered many in that country.
To Her Majesty, the Queen, for the vitality of the special relationship between our peoples, and, in the words of Shakespeare, to this blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England, to the Queen.
With me, they'll always be treated fantastically well.
Would we be front of the queue with a Donald Trump?
Well, I don't want to say front or anything else. I mean, I'm going to treat everybody fairly, but it wouldn't make any difference to me whether they were in the EU or not.
We wouldn't be back of the queue
You
for
would
trade.
certainly not be back of the queue. That I can tell you.
Trump's comments were today welcomed by UKIP leader and pro-Brexit campaigner Nigel Farage, who expressed surprise at Trump's take on the situation.
Interesting, isn't it? Obama came here to threaten us, to bully us, to be nasty to us, and Donald Trump was trying to be diplomatic.
We should be proud of the fact that in these islands, we trust the people with these big decisions.
Well, at 20 minutes to 5, we can now say the decision taken in 1975 by this country to join the common market has been reversed by this referendum to leave the EU. We are absolutely clear now that there is no way that the Remain side can win. It looks as though the gap's going to be something like 52 to 48, so a 4-point lead for leaving the EU. And that's the result of this referendum, which has been preceded by weeks and months of argument and dispute and all the rest of it. The British people have spoken, and the answer is we're out.
But I do not think it would be right for me to try to be the captain that steers our country to its next destination. Thank you very much. Right.
Farage, the leader of the UK.
Dare to dream that the dawn is breaking on an independent, united kingdom. If the predictions now are right, this will be a victory for real people, a victory for ordinary people, a victory for decent people. We have fought against the multinationals, we fought against the big merchant banks, we fought against big politics, we fought against lies, corruption and deceit, and today, honesty, decency and belief in nation, I think now is going to win. And we will have done it. We will have done it without having to fight, without a single bullet being fired. We'd have done it by damned hard work on the ground, by people like my friend Mr. Banks here. And by people in the Labour Party and the Conservative Party and UKIP and of no party who've taken part in this campaign. And we'll have done it not just for ourselves, we'll have done it for the whole of Europe. I hope this victory brings down this failed project and leads us to a Europe of sovereign nation states trading together, being friends together, cooperating together, and let's get rid of the flag, the anthem, Brussels and all that has gone wrong. Let June the 23rd go down in our history as our Independence Day.
I'm very surprised that President Obama would have come over here and he would have been so bold as to tell the people over here what to do. And I think that a lot of people don't like him, and a lot of people voted. I think if he had not said it, I think your result might have been different. But when he said it, people were not happy about it, and I thought it was totally inappropriate. And when I said what I said, I told people, I said, don't do what I'm saying necessarily, do whatever you think, but this was just my opinion. He came in and really tried to convince people to stay. And I thought it was inappropriate, and then she doubled down and she did the same thing. And obviously, for the 219th time, they were wrong. They're always wrong, and that's the problem with them.
The British people have voted to leave the European Union. And I think the country requires fresh leadership. And I've spoken to Her Majesty the Queen this morning. So many things were said.
This I don't remember, of course.
I love this country, and I feel honoured to have served it.
David, get out of the way.
David.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming along this morning. Great to see so many people here. This is our chance to think globally again.
What are you doing?
That is the agenda for the next Prime Minister of this country. Well, I must tell you, my friends, I have concluded that person cannot be me.
It's absolutely typical.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Astonishing, isn't it?
I know that virtually none of you have ever done a proper job in your lives,
I wonder who that is.
or worked in business,
This is frightfully unkind.
or indeed ever created a job.
Stuff, isn't it? It's extraordinary. I mean, I've never seen anybody behave like that.
The way is now open for you to be Prime Minister if you wanted to be.
I don't want to be Prime Minister.
Who's that?
I know that I couldn't do it. If anyone wants to get me to sign a piece of parchment in my own blood saying that I don't want to be Prime Minister.
Extremely painful.
If that's what it takes, then I'm perfectly happy to do that.
Miserable.
During the referendum campaign, I said, I want my country back. And what I'm saying today is I want my life back. And it begins right now. Thank you.
I must say, I didn't know that people behave like that.